Hello and welcome to a new video. It's going to be a short one today, a shorter. I originally was thinking of doing a half and half video, but I thought, no, I don't want to jip either part of this. So, gonna have a short video today, a short video tomorrow, which I'm going to be recording today, but we're going to be releasing tomorrow morning. So, look forward to that. Today, we're going to talk about Beaumont. Are they in? Are they out? Do we have 13? Do we have 14? Um, because as I touched on briefly yesterday in the video about Danville, Minor Pro Hero has announced that they have received information saying Beaumont is in for this upcoming year. I have received information from reliable sources that Beaumont is not going to be happening until the 25-26 season. Now, does that mean that one of us got bad information? Not exactly. Let me explain this. Okay, Minor Pro Hero, very, very good at what they do. All right, just because they're reporting one thing and I'm not saying right off the hand, yeah, this is good, does not mean that I think they've done a shoddy job. Far from it. Minor Pro Hero, almost to a fault, is very cautious in what they release and when. All right. I have the utmost respect for those guys. So, like I said, my sources are credible. Their sources are credible. So, how do we have this disconnect? If both sources are credible, well, shouldn't they agree? Well, case in point, Elmira, when I announced that, yes, information has come through that Elmira is not returning for this next year, um, I had two members of the executive board of the FPHL say, yeah, this is happening, unfortunately. A third member contacted me and said, where are you getting this information? It's false information. This is inaccurate. It was not. Now, that says to me that communication circles had not been completed. And even people within the executive board were not talking to each other. And that's not the first time that's happened. All right. This person knows, this person doesn't. It's happened before, unfortunately. And I'm not saying that to pick on the FPHL either. I'm just saying that yeah, somewhere along the line, there's a communication breakdown with the Elmira situation. I believe the same is happening here. All right. Um, some people are communicating one thing, other people are communicating something else. All right. Um, so the information I have, it comes from very credible sources, um, and I have no doubt again that MPH got their information from credible sources. Um, so, however this plays out, all right, I'm not going to sit here and say, like if Beaumont is not coming into the league this year, I'm not going to say, hey, MPH got the wrong information. No, I'm not going to do that. Again, they're very good at what they do. So, let's leave it at this, okay? We are going to know one way or the other by the end of this next week exactly how many teams are in the league, how we're moving forward, the planning of the schedule matrix, the planning for everything involved with the expansion draft and whatnot. We will have confirmation by the end of this week, and so then we go on. All right. Yeah, the information I have just says that there is just too much renovation work that needs to be done on the Ford Center, which is the arena in Beaumont, Texas. Um, the last time they had hockey there was 2008 or 2009. So it's been a long time. So there's questions as far as, is the ice plant functional? Um, what about the seats? It's just hard plastic seating right now. Is there going to be an upgrade? How are things going to be aligned physically in the arena? All that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of portable sections in that arena. But anyway, again, we'll know by Friday for sure, yay or nay, and then we'll go on from there. All right. So, having said that, and again, utmost respect for MPH. All right, I'm not going to badmouth them because they've proven themselves very, very well in the past. All right. So let's look at the good and the bad about if Beaumont joins. All right, if Beaumont does come in 2024, first of all, it will help balance out um, our pods. Remember last week in last Sunday's video, I made the fake schedule matrix and talked about pod scheduling, geographical regions you use as a base, as a building block, and then you fill out your schedule from there. All right. The league has already started using this. They used it for this past year. Um, yeah, obviously, with an odd number of teams, it was very difficult and very challenging, and it ended up being very wonky. So the league would really like to have an even number of teams. I have no doubt that there is a person or a couple people within the executive board that really is pushing for this. We need to get the 14th team in now. All right. Um, it becomes much easier to balance out that schedule matrix. So if you have a 14th team, your scheduling is going to be much more easier. You're not going to have, 18 times versus this team, but only 4 times versus this team. You're not going to see this team. To mention real quickly, no team is going to play every other team this next year. It's just not going to happen, regardless of whether we have 13 or 14. All right. It's just not conducive to a bus league economic model. Remember, the economic model of this league necessitates, the budget necessitates travel by bus 99% of the time. On the rare occasions that teams do fly the players down to a visiting site, it's at great personal expense. All right. So it is not conducive to do that on a regular basis. It certainly is going to be more difficult for some teams than others. I'm just using this as an example, okay? Columbus, they're doing pretty good financially. They could afford every now and then to fly a team here or there. Danville, brand new team, well, kind of renewed. Small arena, not much gate receipts coming in, at least not like Columbus or Binghamton or Carolina. So flying players here and there, it just does not work for a team like Danville. All right. And now you got Beaumont. The travel difficulty, that's the bad thing. The cost for Beaumont is going to be much higher than a lot of other teams because, okay, you got Baton Rouge 185 miles away, not under 3 hours bus. That's fine. Mississippi 331 miles, almost 5 hours by bus. Columbus 631 miles, 9 hours by bus. Danville 957 miles, over 14 hours by bus. Skipping down here, if the finals ended up being Beaumont versus Watertown, 1,685 miles. That's a 24-hour bus ride, 24 straight hours on a bus. I don't know how that works. And this leads us into what tomorrow's video is going to be, talking about how the footprint has grown perhaps too far too fast. All right. So anyway, the other bad things, if you have Beaumont coming in, you've now got Beaumont, Athens, and Danville all getting 12 picks each in the expansion draft. Plus, the league is committed to giving last year's non-playoff teams a couple picks each. So that would be 48 picks out of an available 78 players. There are 78 players that are unprotected that are available for drafting. All right, 48 out of 78. That's a majority. So your team is going to lose 5 or 6, possibly even 7 players from its roster. That is too much. It's not conducive to fair play in my mind. So anyway, okay. So that's where we're at with that. There's good, there's bad. Yeah. Again, we will know by Friday. So tomorrow, make sure to tune in, and we are going to give you some graphics, not via whiteboard. I'm going to use my tablet, and I've gotten maps that show the growth of the league by geography, and we'll go from there. So make sure to tune in for that. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're following me on Facebook at the Feather League Flash and here on YouTube. And make sure to hit like and subscribe. Tell a friend that we're here. We're really the only people that are really doing this on a wider basis is Minor Pro Hockey and myself. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.